Okay, as a follow-up to my video series on Native American issues, I thought it'd be fun to do a video on my top 5 Native American films. These are movies that are written by, directed by, and or starring Native Americans, often all of the above. So the first one I want to start with is I'm going to put up a write about it in the description because I don't have any clips and I want to get to the clips. But it's a movie called Medicine River starring Greene. It's a really funny movie. And again, I want to I don't want to waste time talking about it when I have some great clips to show you. So. The next movie I'm going to talk about, this one here, I want to keep these just short because I want to show clips. This one is called Dreamkeeper, and it's a more or less of a family movie, but it's a collection of stories. What it is it's about a grandfather and his grandson traveling to New Mexico, and as the grandson is discussing his problems in life, the grandfather is being reminded of stories that he's telling, and these stories are illustrated with CGI. And other special effects, so you're immersed into this story, and it's really, they're quite beautiful. The clip I'm going to show you is a Mohawk story from this is a woman from down in the corn and Thunder Spirit. Thunder Spirit has taken the woman from the corn into the sky, into the land of the Sky Woman, to profess his love for her. So enjoy.
Woman from down in the corn, I have watched you for so long. I could not live another day without you. I know the way you walk to the river in the morning and clean your skin. I watch your longhouse until the last fire goes out. No man has ever loved a woman as I love you.
But you are not a man.
I am spirit. I am thunder. You are human. We are one.
He has always been troublesome. Sky Woman speaks. Have you not been hearing the thunders more than usual?
Yes.
Has not the rain fallen greater than before, making the corn grow tall?
It is so, Sky Woman.
Still, speak, Sky Woman. If you wish to return to the Haudenosaunee, go, walk that way.
But if you wish to remain here, in the land of Sky Woman, take my hand.
Okay, number 3. This is another Canadian film. This one is called Dance Me Outside. I don't believe that this one got as much attention as it deserved because it really is a great movie. If you like Smoke Signals, I think it's a lot better than Smoke Signals personally. It's my opinion, but it's a great movie. And the scene I'm going to show you here, the main characters were arrested on suspicion of murder. Enjoy. Please check out this movie.
Name?
Frank Fence Post.
Address?
Where do I live?
Yeah, where do you live?
I live where the land meets the sky, where the eagle and the raven fly free. I live under the sun and the moon.
Where do you live? I'm his neighbor.
Okay, the next movie I want to talk about really quickly here is called Clear Cut. This is a movie adaptation of M.T. Kelly's A Dream Like Mine. I'd recommend reading the book and watching the film close to at the same time. They really complement each other. Their movie is horrifying. It's beautiful. It's horrifying. Tragic. It's not funny. It's not a feel good movie, but it's really an amazing movie. I really really enjoy it.
So, what does a man who talks for us do for us?
We have met. Yes, I'm your lawyer. I'm the man who, I'm Peter McGuire, the man who talks for you.
And what has Peter McGuire done for me lately?
You lost your case against the mill.
Yeah. So what does he do for us next?
Blow the place up.
Okay.
Tie the mill manager up and skin him alive.
You think that's a good idea? Maybe.
Okay, now what I have to say is one of my favorite. It's my number one favorite Native American film, and probably well within my top three favorite movies of all time. It's called The Business of Fancy Dancing. This is a semi-autobiographical story by Sherman Alexie, who's a famous Native American playwright, poet, author, just an amazing person. And this story is reflections of his from the reservation, and in life growing up off the reservation and on the reservation and returning to the reservation, and it's really powerful stuff. So
we waited in the car outside the bar, my sister and I, for just a couple of drinks, as we had heard it so many times before, like all Indian kids have heard before from their parents, disappeared into the smoke and laughter of a reservation tavern, emerging every half hour with soda pop, potato chips, and more promises. And like all Indians have learned, we never did trust those promises. We knew to believe something when it happened, learned to trust the source of a river and never its mouth. But this is not about sadness. This is about the stories. Imagined beneath the sleeping bags between starts to warm up the car because my parents trusted me with the keys. This is about the stories. I told my sister to fill those long hours waiting outside the bar, waiting for my mother, my father to knock on the window asking, "Are you warm enough? Are you doing all right? We'll be out soon, okay?" Sometimes we refused to open the locked door, for our parents left them to gesture wildly and make all of us laugh because there was nothing else left to do. But this is not about sadness. This is about the stories I created, how I built landscapes and imaginary saviors. Once I dreamt a red-headed woman, gave her name and weight, and told my sister she would rescue us from our own love. For this mother and father who staggered from the bar, always 5 minutes before closing so they could tell us later, at least we left before last call. But we did love them, held tightly to their alcoholic necks and arms as we drove back home, stole the six-pack they bought for the road and threw it out the window, counted mile markers and coyotes standing on the edge of the road. But this is not about sadness. This is about the stories, those rough drafts that thundered the walls of the hut house as my sister and I lay awake after we finally arrived home and listened to my mother and father dream, breathe deep in their sleep and snore like what you might want me to call drums. But in the reservation dark, it meant we were all alive, and that was enough.